Hey, Karen, if you're there, pick up. I just saw that brochure on the kitchen table. That one about the Hawaii trip. What's with that?
Excuse me?
Don't play dumb, Karen. It was on the kitchen table this morning. Why did you even pick that up? Did you stop by the travel agency just to get that?
So that means you went into our house without permission. I told you to give me advance notice if you're coming over. How many times do I have to keep telling you? Even if you're my mother-in-law, it doesn't give you the right to just walk in.
Oh, please don't start. Besides, I want to know about this brochure for this Hawaii trip. I want an answer right this minute. What is this?
It's nothing, it's just a brochure. I was shopping downtown and happened to pass by a travel agency and picked up one of their brochures out front. Actually, I didn't even realize it was Hawaii until later. The brochure looked nice is all.
Are you planning on going to Hawaii on vacation? Is that it? We have no plans for any kind of vacation. Then why did you go out of your way to get this brochure? And you leave it on the kitchen table for all to see? You knew I would see it. Are you poking fun at me or something?
Pardon me? I just left it on the table when I came home. You're the one who came into the house without permission. Besides, what's it to you if I grab a brochure or not? Just leave me alone, would you please? Don't freak out just because I picked up a brochure.
It's your fault, Karen. You should have thought about that before bringing such a thing home.
Like I said, Mother, please don't come into our house without permission. Then you would have never seen the brochure. Sheesh.
Don't you dare talk back to me. I'm going to confiscate this brochure if you don't mind. From now on, I will not allow you to bring home such brochures or magazines.
Keep the brochure. I don't care what you do with it.
Hey, Karen. Where'd that brochure for Hawaii go? I saw it on the kitchen table this morning. I was going to look through it later.
Oh, hey, Bob. You're pretty early today. Yeah, the brochure. Your mom confiscated it.
Excuse me? She confiscated it?
Yeah, it seems she got into the house without permission again.
What? Are you serious? I thought I took the extra key from her way back.
I bet you anything that she somehow got hold of Dad's extra key.
Yeah, that's probably it. I better warn Dad about that later on.
Yeah, please do.
I can't believe my mom. Man, I'm glad you left all our important papers at your parents' place and not here. I don't even want to imagine what she would do with them. Dad and I were always worrying what Mom would do next, but I never imagined she would come into our house without permission after warning her countless times.
That she feels that if it's her son's house, it's hers as well.
Yeah, I could just see her saying exactly that. I was hoping we wouldn't have to go ahead with our plans, but maybe I should talk to Dad and get things moving.
Oh yeah? Well, if you do, let me know ASAP, because I have to give my company some advance notice.
Oh yeah, for sure. Are you on your way home?
Yeah, should be home like 30 minutes or so.
Alright. I'll cook up some supper. I was a bit late today too, so nothing special. I heat up some pasta, a little wine perhaps.
Sounds good. Can't wait to see you soon.
Hey, Karen, I got the okay from Dad.
Oh, yeah, roger that.
I need a favor from you, Karen.
Okay, what is it?
Remember the issue about the brochure? You know, when Mom was all worked up over that thing? I think it was a month or so ago.
Yeah, how can I forget? She freaked out over that thing. I told her I just picked it up and we had no plans for a vacation, but she went ballistic and confiscated the darn thing. I couldn't understand why she would go so far.
About that Hawaii trip. Would you mind making plane reservations for that vacation?
Pardon me? Are you saying we're really going to Hawaii?
Yeah, that's right. I figured it would be useful to mislead her. You know, as a part of our little scheme.
What do you mean by misled? Oh, wait, I get it. Because it's Hawaii, huh? You got it. You know it's in Hawaii.
We'll get her to go there herself.
Roger that. Make sure to text me when things really start moving. Got it?
You got it!
I knew it! You guys are planning to go on that Hawaii trip. I just knew. You can't fool me. This will not do. I won't be left behind. How could you go on vacation without me? No way that's happening.
Mother, how could you? My plane ticket? I was just about to go into the terminal when you grabbed the ticket out of my hand and boarded the plane. How could you?
Looks like they were already closing the doors. We're about to take off. Hawaii, here I come. I arrived at the terminal right when you were standing up to board the plane. Lucky me, you were the last aboard. I can't wait to get to Hawaii. I'll have fun on your behalf. See ya.
But...
Oh, wow. Business class. You really know how to splurge. It's a 6-hour flight, so it's going to be comfortable with these wide seats. And the service is going to be wonderful. Hope they serve beef. Maybe I'll have some red wine with that. LOL.
Ugh, I was going to change my ticket to economy after talking with Bob. He thought it was a little overpriced. I was on my way to talk to the girl at the counter when you showed up out of nowhere. I was going to switch to the evening flight.
Huh? Wait, what?
It's your mom. She snatched my plane ticket from me just as I was going to the counter to get a refund. She then ran right through the boarding gate and onto the plane. I didn't have time to downgrade the ticket and get a refund.
Seriously? Alright then. Just cancel and get a refund for Dad and my tickets then.
Way ahead of you. Did it as soon as I realized what was happening.
Good thinking. She'll get there and realize that she's all alone and we'll end up spending a fortune. Won't have any money left to get back. But then again, that's the plan. It'll give us time to check out our new place up north in Maine. I always wanted to live there.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I arrived at Honolulu, but nobody is here. Figured I would check in at the hotel and maybe relax at the beach tomorrow.
Oh, so you're okay being alone then?
Well, Hawaii is like any other state. Everyone speaks English, no problem.
Yeah, I suppose so.
By the way, you made reservations at the Sheraton at Waikiki, right? Reservations are in your name, right?
How do you know that?
I know that Bob and his father are checking in later today, too. I heard you guys talking about it and saw the reservation after reading your email.
That means you went into our house without permission and scrounged through our stuff again. You even looked through my email.
Well, that's because you guys were sneaking around behind my back. That's why I knew you'd be at the airport this morning. I caught you right at the opportune time, snatched that ticket, and hopped on the plane.
Yeah, I was just going to the counter to talk to the attendant.
Yeah, sorry, I had to do it. I had to teach you a lesson. Anyway, you're just a housewife. You don't deserve a nice trip like this. I suggest you stay home and look after the house.
Look after the house. Huh, yeah, whatever. But I have to say, I was a little doubtful that you would actually snatch the ticket from me, but it worked.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
Your husband has been married to you for like 20 years, and he was sure it would work. Guess he can read you like a book. I told him it would never work, but I guess I was wrong.
What the hell are you talking about, Karen?
Have fun in Hawaii.
Karen, what are you talking about?
We're headed up to Maine in a few days. We rented a cottage on the lake. Beautiful spot.
When I got to the hotel and went for dinner, my brother was there sitting at the table. What's going on?
Hey Mom, you there?
Brad, where have you been? I thought you were coming here with your father, but I find my brother here? You know we don't get along. Did you know about this? I haven't seen my brother in years. He says he lives here, runs some gift shop over on the other side of the island.
Yeah, of course I knew about it. That's why we tricked you into going there.
Excuse me? You tricked me into coming here?
Mom, what is it that you get out of mistreating Karen all the time? Do you enjoy it?
Huh? What do you mean?
You did the same thing to your son Jim about 4 years ago. Remember when Jim planned that honeymoon with his new bride? You swiped her ticket and insisted that you would go with your son. I remember you saying that such a trick was too good for her, that you would go on her behalf. I mean, come on, Mom. Seriously? Wasn't that the reason Jim wanted nothing to do with you? Isn't that why he moved away? Bet you don't even know where he lives now.
But I was only trying to...
Anyway, Dad knew how you would react and set up this little scheme, and it worked like a charm.
Wait, excuse me. This was all a scheme of some kind?
Yeah, it was a hassle, but it worked out. From this day forward, we, Dad included, have cut family ties with you.
But why? Why, Brad?
Because you treat Karen, my wife, with total disdain, as if she were a maid.
But I was trying to teach her to be a good wife is all.
Yeah, by throwing out her cooking, or purposely messing up the room and demanding that she clean it up. There were countless incidents I could point to, but it would take all day, and I don't have time for that. Did you really think that Dad and I didn't notice? Jim left because of how you treated his wife. Didn't you learn your lesson? We were worried that would escalate so far that maybe someone would get hurt. That's how concerned we were. Well, we contacted your brother, Uncle Bruce, and we explained the whole thing to him. He agreed to take you in. So, that's how you ended up there.
No, please, I can't stay here. Not with Bruce. You know I don't get along with him. I never wanted to see him again. I didn't even know where he lived. I hadn't seen him in years.
That's why we asked him to take care of you from now on, and he agreed.
No, that can't be right.
Bruce is a real disciplinarian. He's one tough cookie. Runs his own business, has numerous employees. This will be good for you, Mom. You need a little discipline in your life. A little taste of your own medicine. He's actually quite excited about finally teaching his little sister proper manners.
No, this can't be.
We also took this opportunity to move out. This will probably be the last time we talk. Goodbye, Mother. It was nice knowing you.
Brad, you can't do this. You're my son.
I heard later she was taken to her brother's place on the other side of the island and set up in a small dormitory. The next day, my Uncle Bruce got her started as a store clerk greeting tourists. But as you can imagine, she wasn't actually good at her job. I heard she tried escaping several times, possibly trying to catch a plane back to the mainland, but without any real money, she wasn't able to get very far. Uncle Bruce picked her up, wandering down Waikiki Boulevard. I think she's finally come to the realization that she'll just have to make the best of it. Actually, living in Hawaii doesn't sound that bad.
OMG, I'm so proud of you, honey. I can't believe my baby boy is all grown up and graduating high school. When did you get so big?
How is it you can embarrass me even over text?
And Mom is just able to do these things. It's all part of being a parent. LOL.
But in all honesty, thanks, Mom. I really couldn't have done this without you. I mean, you were there to help me every time I didn't understand something, and you helped me study my worst subjects. I really don't know what I would have done without your support.
Oh, stop. You're going to make me cry. Has your father messaged you yet? I told him that he needed to and reminded him what an important day this was for you.
As if he'd messaged me. You know what he's like, Mom. He doesn't care if I graduate or not. I'm just glad you remembered.
As if I'd forget. Here, I'll message your dad and remind him again. You know how busy he gets at work, so he's probably just not had the time to get to his phone yet.
You really shouldn't bother. I honestly don't care if he congratulates me or not.
Nonsense. Oh, and don't open your present yet when you get home. I want us all to be together when you do it, okay?
Okay, I promise.
Thank you, hun. Hey, Rick, sweetie, have you had the chance to talk to Thomas today? It is his graduation day, after all.
Oh yeah, that's today, isn't it? No, I've not had the time to talk to him yet.
Oh, well, maybe you could give him a message or a call now, just to say congratulations. You missed the ceremony this morning, so it would be nice for him to have some words of congratulations from you.
I'll do it in a bit. I'm busy at the moment.
It'll only take a moment. I mean, you're talking to me right now. Just send him a message.
I just said that I don't want to right now. Not to mention that you're bothering me at the minute too.
What?
God, I just about had it with your constant whiny nature. Come to think about it, actually, now that Thomas has graduated from high school, he'll be off to college soon, right?
Yeah, you know he will. He's gotten into one of the best colleges possible. He told us all of this ages ago. He's got a scholarship and he's going to study to become a lawyer.
So he's gonna be earning quite a lot of money then.
I guess. What's this got to do with anything?
Well, it just means that I no longer have any use for you.
What?
Yeah, I only really kept you around so that you could raise Thomas. I've never really wanted kids, so I thought the best way of being able to live my life as normally as possible was to have you raise him. But now that he's older, he can help me out in my old age. I'll even be able to retire early on his wage. He can send me up in a nice house and stuff.
What are you on about? Are you seriously trying to tell me that the only reason you bothered to stay around with me and Thomas was so that you could ensure your retirement plan when you were older?
And what of it? Look, like I said, I have no use for you anymore, so I'm getting a divorce.
A divorce?
Yeah, it's not that difficult to understand. I don't love you and I don't want to be with you anymore. I mean, honestly, what use are you to anyone now? You haven't had a job in years, I've had to carry this family. You have no skills. The best you could do is check out, girl. And I don't want you lounging around my house all day now that you've got no kid to deal with.
Dang, why are you being so vile?
Well, honestly, I'm saying that I don't want a pathetic old woman like you in my life anymore. Is that easy enough to understand?
But I thought you loved me. We've been married for almost 20 years.
You thought wrong. Why would anyone love you? Maybe if you'd actually made something of yourself, but it's far too late for you to do that now. You're just a useless housewife, and I don't want you anymore.
I can't believe that I actually married a horrible man like you. Where's the Rick who I fell in love with? Who wanted to marry me all those years ago?
He was an idiot who didn't see how much you'd actually drag him down. Look, just make this easy for the both of us, sign the divorce papers, and leave. I'm sure Thomas doesn't want a loser of a mother hanging around any longer either. There's no way he wouldn't be embarrassed to introduce any girlfriends he gets in college to you. He wouldn't want them to think that he's just as stupid and useless as you.
I'm not useless or stupid. And if you think I'm just going to give you an easy divorce and let you get away with everything you've been saying, then you've got another thing coming. Oh, and I know all about you cheating on me, by the way.
What? How?
Did you really think that I was that stupid? You're not exactly the best at sneaking around. It was obvious that you were hiding something, and it only took a little bit of digging to discover the truth. It was kind of pathetic, actually.
Yeah? Well, it doesn't matter because she's the one I want to be with, not you. Who's the pathetic one now, huh?
From where I'm standing, it's still you. You couldn't even be bothered to come and attend your own son's graduation. Only a truly worthless father would do something like that unless he had a proper reason. You just wanted to go and waste time with your new girlfriend.
How did you know I was with her?
Like I said, do you really think that I'm that stupid?
Oh, whatever. Just sign the divorce papers when they get to you. Now leave me alone.
Whatever. Hey Thomas, I tried to message your dad, but I couldn't get a hold of him. Don't worry though, I'm sure he'll congratulate you soon. But tonight we can celebrate by going out or something. Does that sound okay?
That sounds great, Mom, and you don't need to cover for Dad anymore, you know? I know that he's probably off blazing somewhere and that he simply can't be bothered with me. It's fine, though, because now that I'm old enough, I can't be bothered with him either.
Sweetie, are you sure that you want to close your relationship with your dad off like that?
He hasn't been there for the past 18 years of my life. Why should I care about him for the next 20 of his?
Well, it's your decision, but for now, let's celebrate.
Okay, I'll be home soon.
I'll see you soon then. I love you.
Love you too, Mom. Hey, Mom, how come you never told me that you and Dad were getting a divorce?
Oh, so your dad told you about that?
Yeah, why didn't you?
I didn't want to ruin your graduation. It was such a special occasion that I didn't want to bring the mood down. I'm sorry.
It's okay, but just so you know, I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
What? You don't?
No, he was a lousy dad and a poor husband. He treated you rubbish. I wouldn't be surprised if he had been cheating on you with someone so much worse in both personality and looks. You can never get with someone as great as you.
Well, he apparently has been seeing another woman. But are you sure you're okay with us getting a divorce?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be? You deserve so much better than him.
It's just, I haven't really amounted to much in my life. I've just been a stay-at-home mom and wife. Aren't you embarrassed for your friends to know that?
No, of course not. Being a mom is hard, and as for not accomplishing much, hello, I'm here. You raised me, and I, for one, am incredibly grateful.
Yeah, I guess so.
Besides, you can put your mind to whatever you want, and I know you'll be successful in whatever endeavor you choose to do. You're my mom after all.
You don't think I'm too old to make something of myself?
Not at all. And if Dad said you were, then just ignore him. 99% of the things that come out of his mouth are nonsense anyway.
Thank you, sweetheart. It's nice to know someone supports me.
Hey, you look out for me and I look out for you.
Definitely. Just you watch. I'll do something amazing.
I believe in you all the way, Mom. Hey, Rachel. It's been quite a while since we last spoke. How are you?
Rick?
Yeah, it's me.
What do you want?
What? Can a husband check in with his wife and see how she's doing?
Ex-wife.
Yes. Well, that's not important. I think maybe we should meet up and have a drink or coffee. Maybe we could finally work on sorting our relationship out.
What relationship? You burned that bridge quite a while ago. Wait, let me guess. You want to try and get on my good side because you've heard all about how I've started a business and it's going great?
What? No, I would never do something like that.
Right.
In fact, I've been feeling quite down lately.
And why's that?
Well, my girlfriend left me. As soon as I didn't have enough money to pay for what she wanted, she left me. But not before taking me for almost every penny I had. Not at all like you. She wasn't half as kind and caring and considerate. And with how much you're earning now, we could live quite a happy life together. What do you say? You want to give our relationship another shot?
Not at all.
What?
You heard me. Now that I'm finally free of a lazy, condescending, and mean-spirited person like you, why on earth would I want to put myself through that torture again?
But...
Not to mention that I'm enjoying my life as it is. After you said all those hurtful things about me not being able to amount to anything, I decided that I wanted to prove you wrong. And as you can see, I've managed to build up my very own company, and it's a massive hit. I'm earning quite a lot, and it's only going to grow. Why would I want to trade that in for a man who would have rather belittled me than help raise our son? Oh, and by the way, Thomas is settling in nicely to college, if you even care. Well, Now that I've said what I needed to say, I'm going to get going. I'm a very busy and important woman after all.
Wait, what about me? What'll I do? I've got some huge debts that my girlfriend ran up, so if you could just spare me a bit of money.
That's definitely not happening. If you don't like the fact that you haven't got any money, then maybe you should try and amount to something else. As for us, I don't want to hear from you ever again, in all honesty. Leaving me was the best decision you ever made. Thank you.
But...
Sorry, but it seems you're in the find out stage of your actions. It turned out that all I really needed to do to build a life for myself was to get rid of you.
But I'm your husband. You should listen to me. I should be given half the money due to all the money that I had to spend when we were together. You were nothing but a stay-at-home mom.
You hardly spent anything. You might have kept a roof over our heads, but aside from that, you weren't a part of my life or Thomas's at all. You never spent any time with us at all, and you always belittled us and talked down to us when you did decide to grace us with your presence.
Well, work stress was getting me, and dealing with a family on top of that was stressful too.
Sure. Well, you don't need to worry about me or Thomas stressing you out ever again.
Hang on, let's talk about this.
No thanks. You've done enough. Now I need to get on with my life. I divorced Rick like I said I would. Once I was free of him, I was able to expand my business, and it is doing amazingly well. And even though Rick claimed that I couldn't do anything, I was more than happy to prove him wrong.